Welcome to the Thursday Live. How you guys doing? Let me know as you're hopping on. Say hello. Let me know you can hear me, you can see me, that we are good to go, that all of the tech is working. We're going to jam on some really fun stuff today. Who's excited to talk about confidence? Who wishes they could be even if you're a confident person, who wishes you could be just a little bit more confident? Let me know in the chat. Say hello. Comment Team Live if you're on this live. If you're watching this on the replay, comment Team Replay so I can see your face and say hello to you. Say Team Live if you're here live. Team Replay if you're on the replay. All right. So today's training is going to be all about confidence. And so as we're going through this training, I'm going to talk to you about where confidence comes from so we can know how to generate more confidence, how to be a confident person, and how that impacts our ability to have a successful coaching business and help our clients be more confident themselves with whatever goal it is that they're after, right? How many of you feel like your clients struggle with confidence too? How many of you feel like whatever it is your client is trying to do, they're not very confident that they can do it? Maybe they've tried and they've failed many, many times and they don't feel confident that they can do it and they struggle with the confidence thing. This training is going to help you generate more confidence as a coach so that you can in part be a better coach and help your clients have more confidence. Let me know in the comments if that sounds good to you. Let me know if you're here for it. And we're going to bring it to you. So before we dive into this topic about confidence, I want to hear from you all when you think about a confident person. Okay, let's do an exercise together. Everybody close your eyes. As long as you're in a safe place to do so, close your eyes and think about a very, very confident person. Okay, take a minute, think about a very, very confident person. What does that person look like when you imagine that person in your mind? I want to hear from you some descriptors. Who is that person? What words come to mind when you think of a confident person? I'm curious to hear what you all think. When you think of a confident person, and you envision them in your mind, who is that person? Right? What's a good adjective? What are some good descriptors for confidence? A person who's very confident. This is going to be very enlightening. Valerie says, educated in their domain. Educated in their domain. Yeah. Do you know how many people are super educated in their domain and have 15 years of experience working in the area of their domain and they're not confident? Did you know that there's actually a lot of people, this is a lot of us, right? Maybe we've been in our field for a long time. We've been a nurse for 15 years. We know a lot about our patients, and we've seen a lot of sick people come through with things that were preventable. We understand a lot about it. We have a lot of education, right? PhDs and doctors who've spent many, many years getting educated, right? Coaches who have spent $30,000 plus on certifications, who have a lot of education in their domain, who aren't confident about their education in their domain. Isn't that wild? And it's okay if that's you, because that's totally common. Okay. I have gone my whole life being an unconfident person. A tall stature, firm voice, good listener. Okay. So tall stature, like how they carry themselves, how they speak, the sound of their voice, and good listener. Interesting. Posture. We got another posture. Yeah. I'm just curious to hear from you, from you guys. This is so enlightening to hear. What do we think a confident person is, right? And why do we think they're confident? We assume it, so here's another way of looking at it. Where do we assume that their confidence is coming from? Do you ever look at a confident person and wonder why they're so confident? I know for me, I went my whole life thinking that confident people are born confident, right? How many times are we told growing up that, you know, I'm just an extrovert, or that person over there is an extrovert and I'm an introvert, or this person over here is an introvert? And we attach these labels as if it's something that's happening to us. It's part of our DNA. It's how we're made. We put confidence in the same category. Like some people are just born confident, right? That's just, I've seen home videos of them. I see how they were when they were 2. They were confident their whole life, right? So we put confidence in this same category. And I want to dive into this because I think by the end of this chat today, we're going to revise how we view confidence and how to be more confident. So let me know if that sounds good to you, if you're excited, if you feel like you wish you could be more confident, if you feel like there's an opportunity to be more confident in your life, let me know if this is exciting for you. Awesome. So self-confidence, okay, hope you guys can read my handwriting. I'm a lefty. Self-confidence is really just trust in one's abilities / qualities, right? That is what the definition of confidence boils down to. Trust in one's abilities / qualities, okay? So it doesn't mean self-confidence. The definition of self-confidence is not experience in one's abilities or education in one's abilities, right? It's just trust. So I really want to, I hope everyone has their notepads with them today. I'm going to take some notes. I want to talk about confidence and have the conversation around confidence in terms of something that can be developed. Okay, this is the best news ever for those of us who have gone our whole life feeling unconfident. Why? Because now it's in our control. Now we can actually do something about it, right? That's why this is the best news ever. Confidence can be developed, meaning we can create more of it, right? So let's talk about, in terms of categories, what category does confidence fall under? Well, we know in life we really only have 5 categories. There are really only 5 categories of things that exist in the world, right? We have our circumstances, right? That is what is happening right now. Like right now, I'm standing in a room. Like that is my circumstance. I'm in a room right now. I'm talking. That would be a circumstance. This is happening. It's provable to everyone, right? These are just the facts, right? The other category we have is thoughts, right? These are our beliefs. These are the things these are sentences that we say in our mind. And we have feelings. Feelings are emotions and vibrations that we feel in our body, right? There's the actions, there's things that we do, like I'm taking the action of giving a training to you right now. And then we have results in our life, right? What we have actually created. And so if we think about those 5 categories, confidence, pop quiz, what category does confidence fall into? Let me know in the chat. What is confidence? If we were to categorize confidence, is confidence a result? Is confidence a circumstance? What is confidence? Confidence is a feeling, right? We feel confident, right? We can feel unconfident, or we can feel confident. It's a feeling that we have in our body, right? As evidenced by how we stand, how we talk, right? Yes, confidence is a feeling. So what we know about confidence being a feeling is that our feelings are all created from what we think. They're all created in our mind. right? What we think and what we believe about ourselves will create how we feel every single time. So if we're not feeling confident, it's coming from something that we're thinking or believing about ourselves or our abilities, right? Our qualities and our abilities. So our thinking creates our feeling. Therefore, our thinking creates our confidence. Are y'all with me? Give me a yes in the comments if you're still with me. Super important concept. I want to make sure we all understand where confidence comes from so we can talk about how to create more of it. Give me a yes in the comments. So the reason why we're not confident when we talk about starting a coaching business, right? Doesn't matter where we're at. Doesn't matter if we just got certified. Doesn't matter if we've been certified for 15 years. It doesn't matter if we're still getting certified. It doesn't matter where you're at. The reason why you're not confident is because of what you're thinking that's creating the feeling of being unconfident. These are some of the thoughts that people have that create lack of confidence, that create the feeling of unconfidence, right? I need to see that I am a coach and that I can have a successful business before I can be confident to create the successful business and get the clients, right? Relying on evidence to feel confident. Looking into our past. What is the problem with this premise? Where's the flaw in this? This thought that we haven't challenged yet. We think we're not confident because we just haven't done it yet. We need to go sign some clients first to feel confident about taking on a venture, about really growing our business, because we've never done it before. What's the problem with that? If you're relying on evidence to feel confident to do something, how are you ever going to do something you've never done before? Right? How are you ever going to confidently create that? And this is why we get stuck in that flywheel. Waiting to feel confident and searching for things outside of us to create evidence that it's now okay to be confident that we're coaches and we can be successful and have clients now. And I'm pausing because I want you to really pay attention to this. This is what y'all are doing right now. If you're not confident in your coaching business and you haven't had clients before, right? You're waiting for evidence to feel confident, right? So this is how we go try to find the evidence. I think I'm just going to take on some beta clients. I need some beta clients, right? Because I need that external validation from them that I did a really good job so I can know that I'm an actual coach. I'm a good coach so I can feel confident about my coaching and my ability to start a business. How many of you have felt that one? I need to build my program first, right? So I can have evidence and prove to myself that I do have the ability to help them. I can look at it and see it and know it's there. Because if I don't build the program, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't even know how to help people anymore, right? We're trying to create evidence so that we can feel confident. Right? I need to finish this certification. How many of you guys are guilty of this? I need to finish this certification I started, and then I'll start helping people. Then I'll start being a coach. Then I'll start growing my business. Because once I am certified, the people who run the certification, now they've given me permission. They said I can take clients now. I don't have the permission to take clients yet. I'm not allowed to take clients. Let me know if this is ringing true for any of you. I need to do more research. Maybe I need to do some more research on how to actually get this thing going. Like, let me research how to get clients. Let me research what kind of marketing I'm going to need to know. Let me research, what type of programs people are running. Let me research algorithms, like research, right? Let me just do more research. What is that? It's creating evidence in your mind. I'm like, let me create some evidence that I have this knowledge bank so I can feel confident. What is the problem with with this equation? Someone in the chat tell me what the problem is with hoping that these things or believing that these things will create confidence. Who's paying attention? Where does confidence come from? What category does it fall in? Confidence comes from our thinking, right? So when we go and create evidence, we're just creating new circumstances in our life. We've created the circumstance of having a certification. We've created the circumstance of helping some friends and family get results. We've created the circumstance of putting together all these worksheets and lessons and programs. We've created the circumstance of compiling all of this research and downloading every single piece of marketing material out there. We're just compiling circumstances. But circumstances in our life don't create confidence. Right? If they did, all of the coaches out there who have 30 certifications and 15 years of experience working in the field, helping people in some type of capacity, would feel confident. None of this creates confidence. And this is the reason why you're not confident, is you keep searching for that. When you think this is the answer, when you think this is where confidence comes from, you keep looking to solve for it here. Okay? So the problem with this is that our beliefs, our thoughts are what create our feelings, which drive the action we take, signing up for more certifications, doing more research, trying to find beta clients, trying to find clients, right? That's all actions that we take from this place of not being confident yet that we're a coach. And the result is the evidence that we're not confident to be a coach yet. Right? Because we haven't actually created the coaching business. We've just created a bunch of evidence that we don't have a business yet. This is the problem with that cycle. When you believe that you're not a coach yet, and you believe that you're unconfident that you can help people, or that people will work with you, or that you're capable of charging people for your work, all of the action you take comes from that unconfident place. Who wants to sign up for with an unconfident coach? Like, who wants to sign up with a coach who's like, I think maybe I should be coaching right now, but I'm just like not sure. But do you want to work with me? Right? And so we start compiling all of this evidence that we really aren't coaches yet. We shouldn't be confident yet. Nobody's saying yes to us. And because we believe we need to have evidence to feel confident, we keep creating evidence that we shouldn't be confident. This is the cycle that so many of us are stuck in. And it feels very valid. It feels like a very valid reason not to work on our business and get clients, because look at all this evidence. We shouldn't be confident about confidently creating a business. Boom, 30 to 60 days. I'm going to have clients. I'm going to have a business. It's done. Well, we can't be confident in that because look at all this evidence. How can we be confident in something we haven't done before? It feels very valid in our brains. This is the problem. Nobody has taught us this. Nobody taught me in school growing up where confidence comes from. Right? How many of you guys know that I play the violin? Right? So growing up, I think I started at like 8 years old, 7 or 8, right? All my life growing up playing the violin, I thought everybody else was better than me. I was never confident. Doesn't matter, at what stage of my skill. As my skill was growing, as my competence with playing the violin was growing, my confidence was not. Right? So all the way to the point where now I'm applying for the School of Music at university. I was a music student, right? And the whole time I'm preparing for my audition for the School of Music, I'm not confident. There's no way I'm as good as everyone else applying. There's no way I'm qualified to be going to university right now. So if the evidence is where confidence comes from, why am I not confident? I have all these years of experience. Look at how far I've come. Look at how far my skill has advanced, right? I got accepted into the School of Music. I got a scholarship. More evidence, right? Guess what happened my first year of school in the School of Music? Everyone here is better than me. Everyone here, they're going to find out I shouldn't be here. like it was a mistake, right? And my actions and my behavior and how I carried myself were reflective of that belief, right? So if evidence in our life doesn't just create confidence, where does confidence come from? Someone who's been paying attention, put it in the chat. Where does confidence come from? How do we create confidence? Right? If past evidence is no longer a valid reason, because our brains are going to find a reason to be unconfident anyway, where does confidence come from? Your thoughts. Yes. Confidence, my friends, is built. This is the best news ever. That means you are in control. You are in the driver's seat. You're in control of your ability to be confident about being a successful coach and signing clients now. Right? Confidence is built. All right? So number one, the first way to actually build confidence is to start trusting yourself. Right? Who's the most important person in the world to believe in? The most important person in the world to back up, to pour into, to pour energy into? Yourself. Trust yourself. The best way to build trust with yourself, trust is like these little blocks, and they can be built and built and built and built. The best way to build trust with yourself is to start keeping your word to yourself. When you tell yourself you're going to do something, you do it when you say you're going to do it. Boom, done. How many times do our clients struggle with this? Where they tell themselves they're going to start their goal. And this is why they need you. This is why they need a coach, by the way. They tell themselves they're going to start on Monday. What happens when Monday rolls around? What for sure is going to happen when Monday rolls around? Right? They're for sure not going to want to start on Monday. Why? Because their brain is going to be having all of these thoughts, unconfident thoughts. This isn't a good time. Here's all the reasons why it's not a good time for me to start on Monday. I definitely shouldn't be doing this right now. I probably am already going to mess this up. I'm definitely not going to be as good as all these other people. Right? Your brain is going to be feeding you thoughts that create what? A feeling in your body. What feeling is opposite of confidence? Unconfident. Right? So the best way to start building confidence is to keep your word. Meaning when you say you're going to do something, you take action right away. You do it immediately. You don't say, I'm going to do it on Monday. Oh, I'm going to do it next month. Oh, I'm going to do it in the fall. Right? If you've decided that you're going to do something, take action. I don't care how small the action is, take action. Tony Robbins says, never leave the point of making a commitment or making a decision without committing. Commit to yourself. This is the best way to start building confidence. Right? Because if you know that you're not going to go back on your word to yourself and undecide the thing that you told yourself you were decided to do, you'll start building massive confidence. You know how I know I'm going to be successful? Because I said I'm going to do it. You all are powerful human beings, powerful creators. You need to start building trust with yourself. Keep your word. When you say you're going to do something, keep that appointment with yourself. Number two, this is a big one, okay? Everybody ready to write number two down? You need to increase your negative emotion tolerance. So if your tolerance is like a meter, you need to be willing to experience a lot of discomfort, right? We call this negative emotion. It's the opposite of everything feeling like sunshine and rainbows all the time, right? Confident people aren't afraid to feel a little uncomfortable. They're not afraid to go out and feel something that felt a little negative. Unconfident people are deathly afraid of feeling a negative emotion. It feels like it's too big for them. Okay, I just can't handle this. It's too scary. I'm too nervous. I'm feeling really uncomfortable. This is too much pressure. I feel like I'm going to explode from the pressure. And the fear of this negative emotion, the lack of tolerance, makes the emotion so much more painful because it's such a big deal now. Okay? So if you want to start building your confidence, be willing to feel a little uncomfortable every single day. So what could that look like for you? That could look like talking to a stranger. If you would never talk to a stranger, that could be like talking to a stranger, right? That could be like going on a live video if you've never gone on a live video before. Increase your negative emotion tolerance. What happens when we start actively pursuing and experiencing uncomfortable negative emotions? Instead of avoiding them and resisting them when they come up and freaking out that they're there, we're actually able to experience what the emotion feels like, right? Somebody in the comments, give me a negative emotion that you've experienced when you're doing something scary. I want to hear, what do you feel? When you're doing something scary, like putting yourself out there in your business, making an offer to a client, letting the world know you're open for business, whatever it may be, the thing that's scary, the thing that you're unconfident in doing, what does that feel like? Someone put it in the comments how they feel. What's the emotion that you feel? Even just thinking about doing it. Maybe you haven't done it yet. Maybe you haven't even done the uncomfortable thing, but you've thought about doing it and it brought up the emotion. What does it feel like? Frustration, anxiety, right? When you don't want to follow up with a potential client, right? Resistance. Yeah, resisting an emotion is like making the emotion 10x in your body. How many of you knew that? So when you increase your tolerance for the negative emotion, the resistance comes down and you realize that the emotion in your body isn't even that anything to be afraid of. Pairing this back to my violin analogy, let me know if we have any other musicians here, and let me know what instrument you play. When I'm performing, right, performance anxiety, right? What does it feel like in my body? Well, I feel my knees start shaking, the palms of my hand start shaking, get shaky bow syndrome. Any violinists know shaky bow syndrome? So when we actually stop to be present with this negative emotion so we can start increasing our tolerance for it, we can start describing what it feels like in our body. But when I describe that to you, what's so bad about that? What's so bad about a little bit of a racing heart? Sometimes my heart races when I'm excited about something too, right? So what's so bad about a little bit of a racing heart? What's so bad about my knees shaking and my hands shaking? We stop to think about it, is it really the worst thing in the world to have this vibration happening? It's just a feeling, and it will pass. So the worst thing about negative emotion is when we resist it. And the reason that we're not tolerant of the emotion is because we're pushing away from it. We're so afraid of it. Confident people are just like, hey, I might go out there on stage and I might even drop my bow, or I might break a string and I might make a fool of myself. Or in my case, my first year in music school, I forgot the actual performance. I just blanked on stage. And I repeated the same passage a couple times until I got back through it. Right? The worst thing that could happen, I choked. Confident people are like, whoop, that's going to feel a little weird. That didn't feel great. I guess I'm okay though. Increasing your ability to feel negative emotion, meaning next time you're challenged to go, someone says, go do something scary in your business and you have that anxiety come up. That's okay. Everybody feels that. I'm human, right? And change your definition of what this negative emotion means for you. You'll increase your tolerance. And the third thing you can do to build confidence is actually like work on your self-image. Like, what are the thoughts that I have about myself? Am I choosing them consciously, or am I just repeating things that I've said since I was a kid? Are these just beliefs and attributes that I've just believed I have and I am? This is just how I am. This is just the kind of person that I am. This is just how I do things. This is just how I decide. This is just how I act. What kind of self-thoughts are you choosing consciously to subscribe to? How about I'm worthy of being a coach? I'm worthy of being successful. I'm capable of being a coach. I'm capable of being successful. Right? What words can you start actively, consciously subscribing to every day? So what happens when we start practicing those 3 skills? You start taking more action. Why? Because you're not afraid of this big negative emotion you might feel, right? You start risking failing more, right? Because no matter how big the fail, no matter how big the screw up, no matter how much you wipe out, you've got your own back. You're going to be totally okay. No matter what happens, you're fine. You've got this. So you start risking failing more often and screwing up instead of what we talked about before, searching for evidence that you can do it, researching more, trying to look for beta clients, getting more certifications, looking for somebody else to impart more certification, to give you that stamp of approval. Like instead of all those other actions, you just start going out and taking a bunch of massive action as a coach already who's out there to help the world. You actually set more goals. You set now goals, right? You don't think about, on Monday I'll start, on Monday I'm going to do this thing. By next year I want to do this thing. You set now goals. All right? You start talking to more people. You start talking to people everywhere. If you're at the doctor's office with your kid, you start talking to the person at the doctor's office, right? When they ask you what you do, you don't say, oh, I'm a teacher, I'm a school teacher. You say, hey, I'm a coach, right? And you start achieving more, right? Because now you're actually playing full out. Now you're actually showing up. You're actually in the arena. And now this is the biggest one of all. You start acting from your future. Okay? This is acting as if being the person making decisions and acting from the place of the person who's already figured it out. They already have the success, right? One of the biggest things that coaches who struggle with self-confidence suffer from is making empowered decisions. Making empowered decisions, right? You know what unconfident coaches do? They decide and then they undecide. They decide they're going to do something and then they decide they're going to do something else. They decide and it's a horrible idea, right? Going back on their word. What if all of the decisions you made were safe because you're making decisions from the person who's successful? What would the successful person do? Here's another great question you can ask yourself if you're struggling with decisions and making confident decisions. You're having a lot of anxiety, a lot of this internal pressure. It feels too big for you. You can ask yourself this question, acting from your future version of yourself. If my emotional and financial security were guaranteed, what decision would I make right now? What would I do? That's acting from your future. I want you to start practicing that every single day. I want you to practice asking that question to yourself. The second you feel uncomfortable and you feel unconfident, acting from your future, if my emotional and financial security were guaranteed, what would I do right now? What decision would I make? This is really important for everyone taking notes. Write this down. Negative emotion does not block self-confidence. Resisting, okay, being unwilling to feel negative emotion blocks confidence. Resisting and being unwilling to feel negative emotion, this is called pressure, anxiety, doubt, fear, overwhelm, that is what blocks self-confidence. Right? You don't trust yourself to be able to do it. Y'all ready for your homework today? Your homework. For everyone who came here, you want to build massive confidence, you got to start taking massive action. Okay? First thing we're going to do, if you're committing today and you're deciding today to be a more confident coach, don't leave today without taking action, without committing. That's how we commit, is we actually take action towards our decision. 1, list all of the things you are confident doing. Super important. You're going to practice unlearning all of those subconscious beliefs that you've been telling yourself for so long about how you're not the type of person that succeeds. Whenever you see coaches succeeding, you see success stories, you wish you could be like them, but you're for sure not going to be that success story. You're for sure not going to be them. This is unlearning all of those beliefs that are creating the feeling of unconfidence. List out all the things you're confident doing. I don't care how small it is. You can be confident. Number 2, list all of the accomplishments you have, right? Give yourself credit. Start building up your own self-image, building up your own belief, right? List all of the fears holding you back. This is all of the beliefs that you're believing right now about your ability to be successful, about your ability to be confident, about your ability to be successful. What is it? What is it? What is that fear holding you back right now from signing clients, from starting the business? Don't tell yourself it's I'm still getting certified. Oh, my coach in certification said I'm not allowed to. Ooh, I don't know about this. I haven't learned this yet. What is it? What's the real fear holding you back and why you're afraid? Okay. And when you write all of this out, your job is to answer that. Okay. What if this wasn't true? What if all these stories I'm telling myself don't have anything to do with my ability to be a confident coach right now? Okay. I want to offer to you, if you think confident means feeling good, feeling happy, just someone who just takes a bunch of action and feels amazing all the time when they do it, I want to offer to you a different word. Okay. If you're willing to become a confident person, you're like, I'm going to embody and work on being a confident person right now, I want to offer to you a different word. Okay. The word I want to offer to you is courage. What if the only difference between people who have amassed massive amounts of confidence blocks in their life and the coaches and the people who have spent 20 years telling themselves they're not a confident person is courage? Courage means I'm willing to feel uncomfortable. I'm willing to do something scary to be more, to fulfill my potential, to make an impact, to live my purpose, to show others their own potential, to be a walking example. If you're willing to be confident, I want to ask you, my friends, are you willing to be courageous? All right. That is my homework that I have for you. I want you to think about this. If you're not taking action right now towards your goal, towards being a coach, towards signing clients right now, I want you to ask yourself why. Are you believing any unconfident creating thoughts and beliefs about yourself, about your ability? Are you waiting for somebody else to give you permission to be able to start doing this? Are you working on your confidence? At the same time, are you actively practicing the skills that create confidence at the same time you're building your business? Are you waiting for confidence to hit you first? All right, my friends. And the last thing I'm going to ask you is, do you have someone in your life teaching you to be a confident person? Do you have someone in your life pushing you to your fullest potential? All right. Super important. The year is half done, my friends. There is a lot of time left this year to build a successful business. What are you waiting for? Thanks for joining me today, you guys. I hope this was valuable for you. Let me know in the comments if this training was valuable. If you're excited to go out and work on your confidence skills, being and embodying that confidence, courageous coach now, let me know. Let me know your thoughts about this training. I'll talk to y'all later.